Chosen one, God breaks the silence. This truth can no longer be hidden. Something sacred is unfolding around you, something that has been waiting quietly for the right moment, and now that moment has finally arrived with a deep and undeniable urgency that cannot be ignored or delayed any longer. The silence that once surrounded your life is being broken by a voice filled with love, truth, and divine intention, and this voice is not distant or cold, but close, warm, and deeply personal, in a way that reaches into your heart and gently awakens something you may have forgotten was even there. There is a reason you are here right now, reading these words with a sense that something meaningful is happening, and this is not a coincidence or a passing feeling, but a divine moment designed to touch your spirit and remind you that you have never been unseen or forgotten. Type Amen if you believe. There has been a long season where things felt unclear, where answers seemed hidden behind closed doors, and where your heart quietly carried burdens that no one else could fully understand. Yet through all of that, God was not absent, but silently preparing something beautiful within you. Every moment of waiting, every tear that fell when no one was watching, and every silent prayer that rose from your soul has been seen, held, and remembered by a loving Father who never turns away from his children. The truth that is now being revealed is not something new being created, but something that has always been placed inside you, waiting for the right time to rise and be known. Subscribe to this channel if you have faith in God. There is a gentle urgency in this moment because what is being revealed is too important to ignore, too precious to overlook, and too powerful to remain hidden any longer. And it carries the kind of peace that settles deep within your heart and begins to heal places that once felt broken. God is breaking the silence not to overwhelm you but to comfort you, to remind you that you are chosen, seen, and deeply loved in ways that go beyond human understanding and into the very center of your being. If this moment is touching your heart in a meaningful way, take a second to like this video, because this simple action allows more hearts to receive the same comfort, healing, and quiet strength that is reaching you right now. There is a quiet truth about being chosen that many people do not fully understand, and it is not about being above others or separated in pride, but about being deeply known and gently guided by a love that never fades or fails. Being chosen means that even in your lowest moments, when everything felt uncertain and heavy, there was still a divine hand holding you steady and leading you through paths you could not fully see. It means that your life carries purpose, not because of perfection or strength, but because of grace, mercy, and a love that continues even when you feel weak or unsure. Type 1111 if you trust in God. The silence that is being broken now is not just around you but within you, as something begins to shift in your heart and opens a space for peace, clarity, and a quiet confidence that was once hidden beneath fear and doubt. You may begin to notice that things feel different, not in a loud or dramatic way, but in a gentle and steady way that feels safe, real, and deeply comforting. This is how God often works, not through noise or force, but through a calm presence that slowly transforms everything from the inside out. There have been moments when you felt like giving up, moments when the weight of everything seemed too much to carry, yet somehow you kept moving forward, even when you did not fully understand how or why. That quiet strength inside you was never your own doing alone, but a reflection of God's presence within you, guiding you, sustaining you, and reminding you that your story is not over and your path is not finished. The truth that can no longer be hidden is that you were never alone, not for a single second, even in the darkest times when it felt like everything had gone silent. God is now revealing this truth not to surprise you, but to reassure you. to show you that every step you have taken has been part of a greater journey filled with meaning, purpose, and love. There is no wasted moment in your life, no forgotten pain, and no unnoticed effort, because everything has been held within the care of a Father who sees beyond what you can see and understands beyond what you can understand. This realization brings a kind of peace that does not depend on circumstances, but on a deep knowing that you are held, guided, and loved without condition. As this truth begins to settle into your heart, you may feel a gentle release, as if something heavy is being lifted and replaced with something lighter, calmer, and more hopeful. This is not just a feeling that passes, but a quiet transformation that continues to grow within you, shaping your thoughts, your emotions, and your understanding of who you truly are. You are not defined by past struggles or present uncertainties, but by the love of God that continues to speak into your life with clarity, warmth, and purpose. The silence has been broken, and in its place comes a voice filled with truth, a presence filled with peace, and a love that continues to reach you in ways that feel deeply personal and real. You are chosen not because you have done everything right, but because God's love does not depend on perfection, and His grace continues to flow freely into your life, covering every weakness and strengthening every part of you that once felt unsure. This moment is not something to rush past or overlook, because it carries a quiet beauty that has the power to change how you see yourself, how you understand your journey, and how you move forward with confidence and peace. God is not speaking to you from a distance, but from a place close to your heart, reminding you that you belong, that you are seen, and that your life holds meaning far beyond what you have yet realized. A newly revealed 7-second brainwave method, backed by neuroscience and once hidden in classified documents, is helping thousands activate their brain's wealth setting. People refer to it as the money magnet sound because of how quickly it appears to attract abundance. Click the link in the description and comments below to awaken the prosperity already within you. This is the moment where confusion slowly fades and a quiet understanding begins to rise, showing you that your life has always been held within a plan that is filled with love and careful intention. There were days when everything around you felt uncertain, when your thoughts were heavy and your heart felt tired from carrying things that seemed too difficult to explain or release. In those moments, it may have felt like the silence around you meant that nothing was happening, that your prayers were not being heard, and that your path was unclear. Yet, even in those silent spaces, God was working gently within you, shaping your strength, deepening your faith, and preparing you for a truth that would one day bring peace instead of confusion. Type yes to affirm. Being chosen has never meant that your journey would be easy or free from struggle, but it has always meant that your life carries a deeper meaning that cannot be taken away or hidden forever. There is a reason your heart has always felt things deeply, a reason you have continued to care even when it was difficult, and a reason you have kept moving forward even when you felt like stopping. These are not small things, but signs of a spirit that has been quietly guided by God even when you did not fully recognize it. There is a gentle shift happening now, a quiet change that is not about sudden transformation, but about steady growth that begins to bring peace where there was once restlessness. You may start to notice that your thoughts feel calmer, that your heart feels lighter, and that your spirit feels more grounded in a way that brings comfort instead of fear. This is not something you have to force or create, but something that is naturally unfolding as you begin to accept the truth that has always been waiting within you. God is not revealing this truth to overwhelm you, but to reassure you that your journey has purpose and your life has meaning beyond what you have seen so far. Every moment of doubt, every time you felt unseen, and every quiet struggle you carried has been part of a process that is now leading you into a place of understanding and peace. There is no part of your story that has been wasted, because everything has been held within the care of a love that never forgets and never gives up on you. You are being gently reminded that your worth does not come from what others say or how circumstances appear, but from a deeper place that is rooted in God's love for you. This love is steady, unchanging, and always present, even in moments when you feel unsure or distant. It is a love that continues to reach you, guide you, and strengthen you in ways that are often quiet but always real. Type 2020 to claim miracles. There is something powerful about this moment, not because of anything external, but because of what is happening inside you as you begin to see yourself through a different lens. The truth that is being revealed is not meant to create pressure or fear, but to bring freedom, healing, and a renewed sense of hope that carries you forward with confidence and peace. You are not being asked to become someone else, but to recognize who you have always been in the eyes of God. As this understanding grows, you may feel a deeper sense of calm that allows you to release things that once held you back, including fears, doubts, and thoughts that no longer serve you. This release is not about forgetting the past, but about letting go of the weight it carried so that you can move forward with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. God is gently guiding you into a place where you no longer feel defined by what has been, but strengthened by what you have come through. There is also a quiet strength rising within you, a strength that does not depend on circumstances, but comes from knowing that you are supported, guided, and deeply loved. This strength allows you to stand with confidence, not in your own ability alone, but in the presence of God that continues to walk with you every step of the way. You may not have all the answers yet, but you are beginning to trust the path, knowing that it is leading you somewhere meaningful and good. The silence that once surrounded your life is being replaced with a gentle clarity that continues to grow, bringing with it a sense of direction and purpose that feels steady and real. This clarity does not rush or overwhelm, but unfolds gradually, allowing you to understand each step as you move forward. God is not asking you to see everything at once, but to trust the process and to remain open to the guidance that continues to come in quiet and meaningful ways. There is a deep comfort in knowing that you are not alone in this journey, that every step you take is supported by a love that is constant and unwavering. This comfort allows you to move forward without fear, knowing that even in moments of uncertainty, you are still being guided and cared for in ways that go beyond what you can see. God's presence is not distant or unreachable, but close and personal, gently reminding you that you are never without support. As you continue to walk forward, you may begin to see changes not only within yourself, but also in how you experience the world around you. Things that once felt heavy may begin to feel lighter, and moments that once brought confusion may begin to bring understanding. This is part of the transformation that is taking place, not through force or pressure, but through a quiet and steady shift that continues to shape your perspective and your heart. You are being led into a season where truth is no longer hidden, where clarity replaces confusion, and where peace becomes something you carry with you instead of something you search for outside of yourself. This season is not about perfection or having everything figured out, but about trusting that you are exactly where you need to be and that your journey is unfolding as it should. God is gently reminding you that your life is valuable, that your presence matters, and that your story is still being written with care, intention, and love. There is no need to rush or to compare your path with others, because your journey is uniquely yours and filled with purpose that cannot be replaced or duplicated. You are not behind, forgotten, or overlooked, but right on time, exactly where you are meant to be. A 7, second brainwave practice, once reserved for select circles and concealed in classified files, has now been made public, and many describe it as the 3-0 second miracle. Experts say it awakens a dormant brain center connected to wealth and blessings. Click the link in the comments below before it is taken down from the internet again. As this truth continues to grow within you, it brings with it a quiet confidence that allows you to move forward with peace, even when everything is not fully clear. This confidence is not based on what you can see, but on what you are beginning to feel and understand within your heart. It is a reminder that you are held, guided, and deeply loved, and that this love will continue to lead you into a future filled with hope, healing, and purpose. There was a time when you felt like you had to figure everything out on your own, when every decision felt heavy and every step forward felt uncertain, as if you were walking through something that had no clear direction. In those moments, it may have seemed like you were alone in your thoughts, trying to hold everything together without the support you truly needed. Yet even then, God was present, quietly guiding your steps in ways you could not fully see, protecting you from things you did not even realize, and leading you toward moments that would shape your life in meaningful and lasting ways. Type 1212 if you walk by faith. What is happening now is not sudden or random, but the result of everything you have been through, every quiet moment, every hidden struggle, and every small step you took even when it felt difficult. All of it has been leading you to this place where your heart is becoming more open, your spirit more at peace, and your understanding more clear than it has ever been before. This is not the end of your journey, but a new beginning where you start to see things differently, not through fear or doubt, but through a lens of hope, trust, and quiet strength. There is something powerful about realizing that you do not have to carry everything alone anymore, that the weight you once held so tightly can now be gently released into hands that are far stronger and far more capable than your own. God is inviting you into a place of rest, not where you stop moving forward, but where you move forward with peace instead of pressure, with trust instead of fear, and with a calm assurance that you are being guided every step of the way. You may begin to notice that your heart feels softer, more open to things that once felt distant or difficult to accept, and that your thoughts are becoming clearer, less clouded by worry or confusion. This is the result of God's presence working within you, slowly removing what no longer serves you and replacing it with something that brings peace, clarity, and a deep sense of belonging. You are not losing anything of value in this process, but gaining something far greater, a connection to God that feels real, personal, and deeply comforting. Type 1919 to receive miracles. There is also a quiet courage rising within you, a strength that does not come from trying harder or pushing through everything on your own, but from knowing that you are supported and guided in ways that go beyond what you can see. This courage allows you to face things that once felt overwhelming, not with fear, but with a calm confidence that comes from trusting that God is with you, guiding you, and walking beside you through every step. You may still have moments where uncertainty tries to return, where old thoughts or feelings attempt to take hold again, but they no longer have the same power over you as they once did. Something has shifted within you, something that allows you to pause, to breathe, and to remember that you are not alone in those moments. God's presence remains steady, offering you peace and reassurance, even when everything else feels unclear. This journey you are on is not about becoming perfect or having everything figured out, but about growing in a way that feels natural, steady, and deeply aligned with who you are meant to be. There is no pressure to rush or to reach a certain point, because every step you take is meaningful, every moment you experience has purpose, and every part of your life is being shaped with care and intention. God is not asking you to be anything other than who you are, but to trust that who you are is enough, and that you are being gently guided into something even greater. As you continue forward, you may begin to notice changes in how you see others, how you respond to situations, and how you carry yourself through your daily life. There is a growing sense of peace that begins to influence everything, allowing you to move with calmness instead of stress, with understanding instead of confusion, and with patience instead of urgency. This is not something you have to force, but something that naturally flows from the presence of God within you. There is also a deeper sense of purpose beginning to reveal itself, not in a way that feels overwhelming or complicated, but in a way that feels simple, clear, and deeply meaningful. You may start to feel drawn towards certain things, certain actions, or certain ways of being that align with this new understanding you are gaining. These are not random feelings, but gentle guidance leading you toward the life you are meant to live, a life that reflects the love, peace, and truth that God has placed within you. The silence that once surrounded your life has now been replaced with a quiet and steady voice that continues to guide you, not with loud commands, but with gentle nudges that lead you in the right direction. This voice is not outside of you, but within you, speaking through your thoughts, your feelings, and your inner sense of knowing that grows stronger each day. You are learning to trust this voice, to listen to it, and to follow it with confidence, knowing that it comes from a place of love and truth. There is no need to fear what lies ahead, because you are not walking into the unknown alone, but with a presence that has already prepared the way before you. Every step you take is supported, every moment you face is guided, and every challenge you encounter is met with a strength that is greater than anything you could face on your own. God is not distant or removed from your life, but actively involved, gently shaping your path and leading you towards something beautiful. A rare 7-second morning ritual, previously hidden in classified documents, is re-emerging, and people are already sharing accounts of swift financial advancement. It takes almost no time, yet it triggers a dormant wealth switch in the brain that most people never use. Click the link in the description and comments now to access it before it vanishes. As this truth continues to unfold, it brings with it a sense of peace that settles deeply within your heart, allowing you to let go of what you cannot control and to trust in what you cannot yet see. This peace is not fragile or temporary, but steady and enduring, a reflection of God's presence that remains with you through every moment, every change, and every step of your journey. You are not the same person you were before this understanding began to grow, and you are not meant to be. Something within you has shifted, something that allows you to see yourself with more kindness, more compassion, and more acceptance than ever before. This is part of the transformation that God is bringing into your life, not to change who you are, but to reveal who you have always been beneath the weight of fear and doubt. This is the place where God speaks most gently, not with noise or pressure, but with a calm and steady presence that brings clarity without confusion and comfort without fear. As you continue to move forward, you may begin to notice that this inner space feels more alive, more aware, and more connected than ever before, as if something long asleep is finally awakening with purpose and light. In the past, you may have tried to find peace in places that could not fully hold it, looking for reassurance in things that felt temporary or uncertain, hoping that something outside of you would finally bring the calm your heart was searching for. Yet what you are now discovering is that the peace you longed for has always been closer than you realized, placed gently within you by a loving God who never intended for you to feel lost or alone. This peace is not something you have to chase or earn, but something you are learning to receive, to trust, and to carry with you in every moment of your life. Type 666 if you trust Jesus. There is also a growing awareness within you that your life is not random or without direction, but carefully guided in ways that are often quiet and subtle, yet deeply meaningful. You may begin to see how certain moments, certain people, and even certain challenges have all played a role in bringing you to where you are now, shaping your understanding and strengthening your spirit in ways you did not fully recognize at the time. Nothing has been wasted, and nothing has been without purpose, because every part of your journey has been held within the care of a God who sees the full picture, even when you can only see a small part. As this awareness grows, you may feel a sense of gratitude rising within you, not just for the good moments, but even for the difficult ones that once felt heavy and confusing. This gratitude is not forced or artificial, but natural and gentle, coming from a place of understanding that everything you have experienced has contributed to who you are becoming. God is showing you that even in the hardest seasons, there was something being built within you, something that could not have been formed any other way. There is a quiet transformation happening in how you respond to life as you begin to approach situations with more calmness, more patience, and a deeper sense of trust. Things that once felt overwhelming may now feel manageable, not because they have changed, but because something within you has changed. This inner shift allows you to move through life with a sense of steadiness that was not there before, a steadiness that comes from knowing that you are supported and guided every step of the way. Type 2323 if you agree. You are also beginning to understand that being chosen is not about standing apart in pride, but about living with a heart that reflects love, kindness, and compassion in a way that quietly touches the lives of others. This is not something you have to force or perform, but something that naturally flows from the presence of God within you. As you continue to grow in this understanding, you may find yourself becoming more aware of the needs of others, more patient in your interactions, and more willing to offer kindness, even in small and simple ways. This is part of the purpose that is unfolding in your life, not something grand or distant, but something real and present in your daily moments, where your actions, your words, and your presence carry a quiet influence that brings light and comfort to those around you. God is not asking you to change everything at once, but to continue growing in small and meaningful ways that reflect the love you are receiving. There is also a sense of release that continues to deepen within you, a letting go of things that once held you back, including old fears, doubts, and patterns that no longer align with who you are becoming. This release is not about forgetting your past, but about freeing yourself from the weight it carried, allowing you to move forward with a lighter heart and a clearer sense of direction. God is gently guiding you into a place where you are no longer defined by what has been, but by what is now unfolding within you. As you continue to walk this path, you may notice that your connection to God feels more personal and more real, not as something distant or unreachable, but as a presence that is close, comforting, and always available. This connection is not based on perfection or performance, but on a relationship that is built on love, trust, and a deep sense of belonging. You are not striving to earn this connection, but learning to rest in it, to trust it, and to allow it to guide you in every area of your life. There is a quiet confidence that begins to grow alongside this connection, a confidence that does not come from knowing everything, but from trusting the one who knows everything. This confidence allows you to move forward without fear, even when the path is not fully clear, because you know that you are not walking it alone. God is with you, guiding you, strengthening you, and leading you into what is ahead with care and intention. What if abundance had always been influenced by a hidden brain signal, buried in classified records and never fully disclosed to the public? This frequency is now creating new pathways, attracting opportunities, and reshaping lives faster than expected. Thousands are already using it to draw wealth like never before. Click the link in the description and comments now and activate the money-attracting brainwave today. The truth that can no longer be hidden is not just about who you are, but about who God is within your life. A constant presence that never leaves, never forgets, and never stops loving you. This truth becomes a foundation that you can stand on, something that remains steady even when everything else feels uncertain. It is a reminder that your life is held within something greater, something that continues to work for your good in ways you may not always see but can always trust. As this truth continues to unfold, it brings with it a deep sense of peace, a peace that does not depend on circumstances but on a knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. This peace allows you to breathe more freely, to think more clearly, and to live more fully without the constant weight of worry or fear. It is a peace that stays with you, not just in quiet moments, but in every part of your life. You are stepping into a season where your life begins to feel more aligned, more meaningful, and more connected to something greater than yourself. This is not a sudden change, but a gradual unfolding that continues to reveal new layers of understanding, growth, and purpose. Each day brings something new, something that adds to the foundation that is being built within you. There was a time when you felt like you had to prove something, to yourself or to others, as if your worth depended on how much you could achieve or how well you could hold everything together. That quiet pressure lived inside you, shaping your thoughts and influencing your steps, often making you feel like you were never doing enough or never quite reaching where you were supposed to be. But now, that pressure is slowly fading, replaced by a gentle understanding that your worth has never been based on what you do, but on who you are in the eyes of God, loved, chosen, and deeply valued beyond anything you could measure. Type 1919 to receive miracles. There is a new kind of freedom beginning to grow within you, a freedom that allows you to breathe without tension, to move without fear, and to live without constantly looking over your shoulder for something that might go wrong. This freedom is not reckless or careless, but peaceful and grounded, rooted in a trust that God is leading you, even when you do not see every step clearly.